Welcome, Sagittarius, to your Libra Full Moon deep dive video for the ascendant, the sun, or the moon across the 1st or the 2nd of April, depending on location. And at 12 degrees 31 in the sign of Libra, the moon goes face to face with the sun in the fire sign of Aries. Each lunation creates a lot of intensity, but each is totally unique. I'm going to share with you your event chart from a purely Sagittarius perspective. At the end of this forecast, you'll have a clearer understanding of what you can expect over the next 2 weeks in terms of your energy, relationships, work, and finance. I'm astrologer Patrick Arundell. A very warm welcome. If you've yet to subscribe to my channel, please do so now to help it to continue to thrive. So on the screen, Sagittarius, your event chart. Now, the moon in Libra is very much about equilibrium, balance, and harmony. It's ruled by Venus, but it is an air sign, so it's about communication. But for you, it's also in the 11th house, which can be about your higher purpose. It can be about friendships and connections in the network, but most of all, it can be about our social contacts. But at the present time, the cluster of energy in your fellow fire sign of Aries is pushing you to think about your individual talent, flair, and brilliance, your charisma. And you can glow up with those things over the next few weeks. But one of the things I think you're going to have to do on this event is just be aware of your time management, because you may find that a lot of people are wanting a piece of you. After Saturn going through Pisces over the last couple of years, it was a quieter time for your social interaction. Now there can be real possibilities. But also, you may have some big decisions to make about your love life. Because now that Sirius Saturn is in that 5th house, if you're in a relationship which isn't going to be right for your long term future, the moon is asking you to tune into the emotion of that and not ignore it. Because one of the things about you is your innate positivity. And ironically, Sagittarius, your ruling planet, Jupiter, is informing this event in a very special way. There's Jupiter in the sign of Cancer, where it's exalted, but it's forging a square with the moon and a square with the sun. So it's T-squaring the position. And the intriguing thing is, Jupiter's in a part of your scope that can be to do with intimacy, but it can also be to do with long-term financial success. The sun, along with these other players, is in the part of your chart to do with speculation. So Jupiter could push the sun to be really on the front foot. But if that doesn't work for your long-term plan, or the connections you have are not really getting where you're coming from, that's going to be an issue. And equally, the moon squaring off to Jupiter could see you feeling very exuberant, very generous, but perhaps not quite so much in touch with what you need as an individual. You've also had a big cluster of energy recently, including Mercury in the feeling sign of Pisces, where Saturn has left, including that North Node. And when Mercury made those 3 connections to the North Node, we're drawing you in to listen to your hunches, because that can be something you ignore. You'd rather be dynamic. You can be the most buccaneering members of the Zodiac and could be tempted on this event to go for it because of Jupiter's encouragement. But whether it's around your resources, whether it's around your love life, whether it's around a long-term, deeper relationship, I think it's important to understand that there's a balance that needs to be struck between what you want to achieve and what other people may expect of you. But we can't please all of the people all of the time. So you need to be thinking about what's right for you and your long-term plan, being inclusive to friends, briefing them on what you're doing, but don't be in any way dominated by what they need. And the best way to deal with that is to just tune into how you feel. Now, Jupiter does actually forge a stunning link with Mercury. If you are thinking at the present time about any kind of property situation or a business matter, your instincts probably won't fail you. But you can also be bold, particularly if you're making some physical changes to your home. Mars linking so well with Uranus. A great thing to do at the moment, just to feel better with your energy, would be to declutter. You have a real need for space. It's pretty well dialed uh, dialed in to most Sagittarius people. So if you get the chance to free up some old things that no longer have any value to you, you can even sell them off, take them to the charity shop. That's going to be a smart thing to do. But the fifth house is about joy. Saturn can be a little bit of a killjoy, and that means you need to be really serious about manifesting your charisma. And the moon here could be your desire to be a little bit too much of a people pleaser with your friends. I'm going to summarize those four areas for you, Sagittarius, of energy, work, finance, and relationships. But just to say, if you've yet to watch your deep dive forecast for April, that's on the screen now, your monthly forecast. You can also sign up for your free daily horoscope fired to your device. Please see the link below. Get your daily celestial pit stop. And if you'd like to work with me one-to-one, please see my testimonials. We've kept the discount at 50% on the charts because we realise that this is a challenging time for many people cost-wise. Please see below for them. So to summarise, you're in a very dynamic part of your life, I feel. That Pluto Saturn sextile, very strong. What you're thinking, your beliefs and your ideas, very potent, but you need to structure them and you need to focus on what's really important for you, the individual. Too much time being dragged into things that other people need, however much you like them and are fond of them, is something just to be mindful of. However, the moon is about feelings, the 11th house is about your future and higher purpose. Just bear that in mind with whatever you're putting your energy to at the present time. As far as Venus is concerned, Venus, of course, can be about love, but it can also be about money. It's in a very practical zone, but in its home sign of Taurus. Do you know, if you do have an idea and you go about it in a very step-by-step way, it could play out for you very well. But Pluto and Venus are in a square, so that suggests if you are talking about a financial matter, do try to decode what the motive is, both of yourself and anyone you're dealing with. But if you've got a home-based business or idea or enterprise, that could go very well at the moment. And if you're wanting to do well financially, yes, you could be more speculative on this event, but Saturn's just asking you to steer a little bit on the safe side. Wishing you all the best, Sagittarius. Take care and goodbye.